Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, my name is Nevrita Wulanda. I'm from English Education State Islamic University of Raden Intan Lampung. And now I'm a 5th semester student, and today I will explain about English Affricate's Nasal and Approximant. So, still watching this video until the end. Let's go. So, the first is Affricates. Do you know Affricates? Affricates are a special group of consonant sounds that are formed by combining stop immediately followed by fricative, and can be concluded as a combination of consonant sounds formed from inhibiting sounds and sagging or sliding sounds. So, start from stop and release as fricative. Affricate has two sounds. There are t, t as voiceless, and the second one is t, t is voice. And I will give you example from two sounds from affricative, and the first is example for t. The first example is chip, chip, catch, catch, and the last is century, century. And example for ch, voice, ch. The example is gym, gym, major, major, and judge, judge. And the second is nasal sounds, sounds that come out through the nasal cavity by lowering the soft palate and the tip of the pharynx. There are three nasal sounds in English. There are is and So I will give you example for nasal sounds, and you can use this to practice pronouncing nasal sounds. The first is example for My mom makes me my movie and eat mummy white limes when I'm meddlesome. And the second one, example for n. Nelly is never neat enough to know when her hand is fun again, fun again. N. And the third is example for Think about things, think about banks and gangs, think about fingers singing long songs about hungry fungus. And the last is approximant. An approximation is a phonetic sound that is realized between the tongue and lips without all contact with each other, involving the articulators approaching each other but not thin enough or with sufficient articulatory precision to create turbulent flow. There are four approximants. There is w, j, r, and l. They are all consonant and they are all voiced. So I will give you example for approximant sounds. The first is example for w sounds, w, w. The first example is what, and then one, and the last is question, and then example for j. The first example is yes, and few, and the last example is fuel, and then example for r sounds, r. The first example is run, and the second one is wrong, and the last example is bring, and the last is example for l sounds, l. The first example is long, and then rolling, And the last example for l is tall, tall. So I think enough explanation by me about applicative sounds, nasal sounds, and approximant sounds. And I hope this is useful. And I end. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.